turkey breast sub is only $4.99. Not forever. Offer ends June 23rd.
Great skin.
Thanks. I got Old Spice body wash to thank for that.
He used to rely on me for skincare advice. Now he's so moisturized. But I probably should use Old Spice too.
You really like wearing that thing?
Protects my jersey.
Celebrating the playoffs by giving you a chance to win the new Ram 1500. Featuring expansive touchscreens for the driver and passenger. Powered by an available engine. Visit newram.ca for details. Back at Sunrise, one period done in game 2. 1-0 the Edmonton Oilers lead. Connor McDavid with an incredible assist there to get things going for Edmonton. The first shot.
It's too small to wear.
Years around the sun for you. Can you think of
Game's
a better way
back
to
on.
than this?
Only one other way, and that's a parade back in Edmonton in about 2 weeks. That'd be the ultimate prize for sure.
How's your heart rate during these games?
Well, I can tell you it's fluctuating minute to minute. When we got the 5-minute penalty against us, it was a little high, but when we scored on the 4-on-4, it came back down, so it was all good.
Reflect right
Don't
now,
forget to
yourself,
like and subscribe if you haven't.
Building in 2015 and now being here, what do you think?
We know it's really full circle.
Second period between Oilers and Panthers is just starting.
It was such an exciting night. Connor was so excited to finally get to the NHL, and 9 years later, here we are. Back where it all started, sort of thing. So it's been an amazing journey, and we're just so proud of him. And one more thing to accomplish.
Right. Happy birthday. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Chris.
Connor with his 32nd point. You're seeing some traffic at the benches.
Yes, if the Oilers score this period, it'd be great.
Evan Rodriguez is unavailable at least to start the second period, and the Panthers on the power play with a minute remaining in the Evan Bouchard minor.
Yeah, we got another D of Bouchard in the box.
Panthers have a 55-minute power play.
It's that time of year, man. You get to the Stanley Cup Finals and so many bumps and bruises, and now you've got Paul Coffey looking down, saying, "Hey, who am I going to put out here in the last little bit?" Coffey's a good option. Yeah, he'd jump out there if he could, but Rodriguez, there you go.
There's been a lot of traffic down those runways. Nurses left
Face off down in the Florida zone because Florida iced it. Florida wins that. And what? Ray said, did you say something? I don't know. I thought I heard her.
Well, how about that? You get your home ice and you get that kind of a bad bounce out of a corner, and it ends up costing you a power play, a hooking call because of it. This is a wraparound that's set to get it on the other side, to hit something on the goal.
What I missed?
Now you're reaching, and there's just a one-hand little...
Oh, wow. They're calling a hooking call on that? I guess it did hit the hand. It did hit the hand. So this is the second time that the Panthers are going to cancel out their own penalty. Crazy. So we've got 4-on-4 for 33 seconds. And face off in the Florida zone. Oilers win it. And they... Oh, goal.
is there.
Florida gets possession.
Along with Forsling. It'll be dropped off, and Bennett works his way to center, turn back.
They haven't entered the zone there. They entered the zone.
There's a
Shot, and Skinner makes the save.
Well, Kyle was
Yes,
talking
4 on
to
4
Bradley David, and you think of game
for 5
time
more
and
seconds.
all the
And then
emotion that
the
you
Oilers
have
get a
in
power
playing your
play.
First Stanley Cup final game. Look at some of these greats, and hasn't always gone all that well in the first one. Mario Lemieux there in 1991, he had the one goal in the first loss. He had 12 points in 5 games in the Stanley Cup final that year on the way. So all those players, those 4, had a point per game during their first Stanley Cup final appearance.
No surprise that they were all quick studies, even if they did get off to great starts. Bouchard's back, another successful penalty kill for the Oilers now, 33 consecutive.
33 consecutive penalty kills for the Oilers. That's crazy.
Penalty killing role for Florida.
Edmonton now on the power play, heading in, drops it off from Nugent Hopkins.
Kicks it back to Bouchard. Hopkins, McDavid. Right, Nugent Hopkins in a good spot.
Shot, and it's blocked. Back to Bouchard.
Took that away from Draisaitl.
Draisaitl loses it. And Florida gets possession and will dump it.
Every coach talks about how you prepare, and there's Barkov, perfect read again. You know where Draisaitl is going to be. Good puck movement by the Oilers power play, but that shot blocked by Barkov getting in the shooting line.
Bouchard passes it to Draisaitl. Bouchard with the shot, and it's deflected into the corner.
Bouchard had 16 shot attempts. Here's Denver with a steal.
Florida beat Bouchard to the puck, and then they centered it and missed their shot. It could have tied it up 1-1 short-handed. That would have been crazy. Now the power play for the Oilers is over. Florida comes into the zone, makes a move, and can't get a shot on net. There's a shot, and it's up and out of play.
You know, at the end of a power play, Bouchard's coming back. Well, there's another one down the tunnel as
sucks.
Nurse comes out, and Bouchard, I think at first maybe thought Skinner was going to be able to, but a little spin off there by Stenlund, just a great pass to Bennett in the slot. Saw the goal, second goal by Rodriguez in game 1 from that very spot up and over the glove, and Bouchard's watching it on the big screen going, I gotta get my stick on that one, not allow that pass to happen.
Florida wins the draw in the zone, and Skinner makes a save. Nice.
By Skinner. Marking the accomplishments of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people, the 2024 Inspire
Hi.
Awards, June 21st. Watch free.
The dog came downstairs.
Jim. Tarasenko playing in his 115th
16:51 left in the second between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers.
2016, he had a 9-goal playoff.
Florida wins the draw in the Edmonton zone, and they send it down deep. Tarasenko to the point, crosses it, shot, and it's gloved by Stuart Skinner. Let's go.
Now, this is an interesting pairing here. I thought the Ekholm kind of got lost in game 1, only 18:57, and there he was paired up with Broberg to try to get a little bit in. You get a power play, an opportunity where Bouchard plays so much, so the notion on the Edmonton bench is, okay, Ekholm then kind of gets out of the mix, and I think that's a wise choice, especially with the issues with Nurse. Give Ekholm
Come on,
that
Oilers.
extra
Let's
minute
get
time.
another one.
So reliable and will help a young player like Broberg get through those kind of shifts.
I'm cheering for the Oilers. You can cheer for Florida, I don't care.
Face off in his own zone. It comes to the line. The icing looked like it was waved off. Now a delayed offside. The reason
The linesman has his arm up and
Though you're probably gonna get
dead.
Yeah, a couple of veteran
judged
lines
in the
there,
chat
Devin Berg and Ryan
for cheering
Daisy,
for Florida.
And, you get that play at the line, and Ryan Daisy was in a tough spot where he got knocked, and his partner put his arm up to sort of let him know that no, it's offside. Now they're communicating, and I think you're right. I think one of them was saying it should have been an icing, and the other saying no, it's offside. And now I think it's probably going to come back to center ice. No, it is.
I was going to say, and Janmark thought he could have played the puck, but got tied up with the officials. So they are going to bring it right back, unless it's the intentional offside that is creating that situation.
And that's what it is, because they are able to make the change. It's not an icing where the Oilers aren't able to change their bodies. It's a long offside that the pass came from the defensive zone. So the faceoff comes all the way back, but you get your players that you want out.
Clean face-off win for Draisaitl. And this might be icing. And it is. So they'll do it all
icing
over
on
again.
the Oilers.
Face-offs were dead even just prior to that last draw at 14 apiece. It was an edge for Florida in game one at 60%.
Let's go Oilers.
That's the one drop-off in the playoffs that the Edmonton Oilers have had as a team. The Florida Panthers are basically the same. 51.3 in the regular season, 51. The Oilers 53.2 in the regular. They're down to 46.9. They've had trouble with the face-off battles in all 3 rounds prior to this one.
Draisaitl on that other side, and this time Florida prevails.
Florida wins the draw, but it's out of the zone. Florida gets possession in their own zone, passes it up, and it's stopped by the Oilers. Tries to pass it to Holloway. Holloway deep in the corner, trying to get possession, and Florida gets possession though. Florida moves up to the neutral zone, and it's stopped by the Oilers. Florida back into their own zone, dumps it in this time, and they're down deep. Oilers look like they have possession, but now Florida has possession down deep. The score is 1-0 Edmonton at the moment. We got 15:30 left in the second period. Ekblad went down the tunnel in the first period due to probably a twisted ankle or something. Florida has possession in the Oilers zone, takes a shot, and Skinner gloves it.
Well, if you're an Oiler defender, you know when 19 is on the ice, he's going to get to the front of the net, try to create a little bit of havoc, and here's one way. Vinny Desharnais, look at Kachuk takes a quick little peek, getting arm up on that one as Desharnais gets the stick to the back, and down he goes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe,
you know very
if you
well,
will.
if you're an Oiler defender, that any chance he gets, Kachuk's going to try to get in the face of Stuart Skinner.
Right after that last whistle, Darnell Nurse came out, took one twirl around the ice, went back to the bench.
Florida wins the draw in the Edmonton zone. They throw it down deep in the corner, and Edmonton will pick that up. Edmonton moving out. You got no, that's not Draisaitl. That's number 28, not 29. Who is that? I don't know.
Another icing call in a stop and start.
Another icing call on the Oilers.
When we see Philip Kim on the world stage, we're witnessing more than greatness.
I don't have that many subscribers. I have like 200.
This is a big challenge for Paul Coffey, too. It's not like Paul Coffey's been coaching this scenario for years and years. It's his first experience sitting behind the bench in the Stanley Cup final. Now you got a lot of different pairs and makeups, and you got to make sure everybody's prepared and ready to go when the play happens and you have to change on the fly. As a player, he would have had his foot over the floor and said, I'll go every second time. Don't worry, coach.
30
Don't
minutes,
listen
no
to her.
problem. By the way, Evan Bouchard's been added as an assist on the Ekholm goal, so he now has points in 16 of the Oilers' 20 games and up to 28 points.
Margaret Herzog? Is that how you say it? Anybody who watches this, you can go subscribe to it if you like. Panthers deep in the Oilers zone, against the wall, down deep in the corner, trying to get possession. Oilers get possession and work on getting it out, but they don't get it out. It gets stopped. Florida sends it back down deep, and Edmonton will now clear it. Oilers will take a second to regroup. And who's that? Hyman. Hyman deep in the... Takes a shot, and it's deflected to the side. Nugent Hopkins now. Passes it out to the point. And sends it back deep, the Oilers. Now they're behind the net. Oh. Thought it came out in front of the net, and they had a chance to score. Now Florida in the Edmonton zone with possession, but it gets stopped. Oilers, McDavid bringing it out, coming in, dumps it in on net, and he picks up his own dump. And Florida gets possession and then tries to clear, but Oilers send it down back deep again.
Trying to seal the board, but it comes out. Bruce Arena from the red line bounces it in.
Be interesting to see if Paul Maurice tries to get Barkov out against somebody other than McDavid again. Try to get a little offense going here.
Draisaitl sends it down deep for the Oilers, and they try to get possession, but don't. And it's just a lot of back and forth, dumping it in, trying to get possession, and then going back the other way. Not super exciting hockey at the moment.
Scoops it off the boards back inside the Florida line. Kulikov went high and that went all the way down the ice. It's an icing call against the Panthers.
You know, it's the balance, isn't it? You look at game one where the shots were so skewed the other way, but Florida Panthers had that two-goal
Shots
lead.
of 14-5 for Florida.
And that's where this Panther team is very good. Now all of a sudden it gets a little bit more anxious. You can see Barkov counting his players. We got to get something going. You got to generate. This crowd is quiet, and if you're the Oilers on the road, that's exactly what you wanted to try to create. And
shot attempts of 31-14 for the Panthers. So shots this period of 5-1 for Florida. So Florida is kind of dominating the shots. They dominated possession quite a bit more in the first period, but I would say in the second period it's been about 50-50 so far.
Along with Kulikov, the third goal for Florida, they've combined for over 2,000 games in the NHL, regular season and playoffs combined. Over, not nearly enough.
Oilers have it in the Florida zone. And Florida's trying to clear it, but they can't. There to the line. Now we got McDavid passes it to Bouchard. Bouchard coming in, drops it for McDavid. McDavid going in, turns around, looking for a shot, takes a shot, and it's blocked in deep in the corner now. Oilers still have zone possession, but now Florida gets it and takes it out.
But an icing call, so the change that was underway will be negated for Florida. Canada's nightly newscast covers stories from across the globe and close to home. The net.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
CBC Gym.
So there's one of the pressure shifts. They just try to keep
10:53 left in the second. Oilers lead 1-0. Florida leads the series 1-0.
Immediately the Draisaitl line tries to take advantage of the tired group.
And a face-off in the Florida zone. Florida wins it and dumps it.
Larson will bounce that down, and the change is underway. Not everybody Nobody gets off goal. The guy said rolls it back in, and offside is called. So 1-0 Edmonton. You're watching Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final, where more history will be made.
Commercial break. Fun. Oilers are up 1-0. I like that. I like that much better than the Panthers leading the game from like 5 minutes in. Crazy. It's the Toyota commercial. No, what kind of commercial is this? Oh, Coast Capital Savings? First I've ever heard of them. Who do you think's gonna win? I know who you think is gonna win. Oilers, right? Yeah. Alrighty, we're back.
In the league, Ekholm remembers in Nashville as that team started to go through changes, being paired with younger partners to help them along. He said his mindset shifted then from what can the team do for me to what can I do for the team. He has been a team-first presence since arriving in Edmonton and has the first and only goal so far here still of Game 2, Chris.
He said that national team kind of dipped their toe in the water for a period and a half.
10:40 left in the second.
Oilers,
Oilers lead 1-0. Can they strike back and tie up the series?
One equipment, one medical, and you're right, they've both been down numerous times, and we're keeping an eye on Johnson.
That puck played right out of Bobrovsky had to be alert on that. Here comes Liddell over the line, dropping it off.
No! Florida scores. Let me see this again. I know. There we go. The computer glitched for a second. This is going to make it a bit more interesting. See what happens here. Florida brings it out, crosses it. Was that a drop pass? Yeah, drop pass. Shot from number 77 from Florida. And just under the glove. And it's tied, and the Florida fans are much more energetic now.
So we hit the midway mark of the second. Here in Game 2.
Go Oilers.
Sam Bennett will fire it down into the Oilers zone. Kachuk's on the forecheck. Takes a hit.
There's another shot, and fans are going crazy now. Florida's got possession. And it's cleared. Ekholm now with the puck will bring it into the zone and dump it deep. Tries to bank it behind the net, but it gets missed and bounces into the corner. Florida now deep in the Oilers zone. And the puck goes up and out of play.
Off the netting it out. So the Oilers in the first off a goal by Ekholm, answered by a defenseman goal from Florida.
Commercial break. Oilers have to score. I'm gonna go to the washroom quickly. I'm back. Oh, 6 viewers. Wow. That's like a new record. That's actually sad if it's a new record for 6. Right now we're at a commercial break.
Revolving door from the bench to the dressing room for Dorian Nurse tonight after taking that hit from Evan Rodriguez in the first period. He has grinded through a lot in these playoffs to get to his first Stanley Cup final. You see the frustration, taking it out on the stick at a certain point. The constant conversation with the coaching staff and the training staff as he's gone from the bench to the dressing room, back onto the bench. Chris mentioned earlier in this period, took a brief twirl on a stoppage, but as mentioned, he has not seen the ice since the 11:37 mark of the opening period.
I don't know whether he's trying to soak Paul Coffey that he's ready, but it's a tough spot to get back in to it. You're just not sure. Absolutely. It's the Coffey. There's been numerous discussions down there.
9 minutes left in the second period. Tied 1-1 in between the Florida and the Panthers. Who's my favorite Oiler player? I have to go with Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl's my favorite. Lots of people would say McDavid's their favorite. One of my friends likes Nuge Hopkins. I think my brother likes Zach Hyman, but I'm a fan of Draisaitl.
Takes over. There's that mind change for Paul Maurice. You've got the last change, so you use Barkov with the offensive line against the fourth line to try to get some kind of start. There's it all there. Hits the field.
Big save by Skinner. Oh, they try to tip, but it just goes wide. That was close.
That's a huge stop by Skinner.
And Florida's back into the zone again. Ryan takes a shot. Just wide. Edmonton taking it out now. Holloway to Draisaitl. Draisaitl's trying to cut in, but no, takes a turn. Back to the point. Take a shot from the point. Nothing. Oh. He's scrambling out in front of the net there for a minute. Now the game's starting to feel a little warm. Holloway, oh, gets pickpocketed. A bit more back and forth now. The pace is picked up. It's a much more exciting hockey game now. Let's go, Oilers! Zach Hyman dumps it in. Chases after. Tries to get possession. A big hit by Nuge Hopkins. Oh! Zach Hyman had a chance right in front of the net. Oilers now with possession. Chase that home up to Hyman, but gets taken away. Who's on Tarasenko? Ah, don't leave guys out in open in front of the net. McDavid tripped up. Delayed penalty on Florida. So Florida, as soon as Florida touches it, they're going to get called down. 6-on-5 now. The Oilers have possession in the zone. McDavid looking for an option. Turns. Passes it to the middle, and it's get touched up. So Oilers go to the power play at 6:05 left in the second. Let's go!
Boy, in a game that just didn't have a whole lot going for a while, all of a sudden it's a tie game. And as soon as Kulak leaves his feet there, a smart play. Like the to the middle and get the shot. How about this chaos in front of the Oilers net? The deflection there. And then in tight here, Hyman trying to get his stick free as Montour does enough to hold him up.
I feel like McDavid calls, not calls, what's the word I'm looking for? Causes the other team to get a lot of tripping calls on them.
0 for 5 in the series, 0 for 2 tonight without a shot on goal.
As you mentioned, Chris Knobloch talking the Dallas series where it looked like, okay,
1-1 in between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers.
Here's one of those moments in a key time in a game.
Oilers have got a power play now. Florida wins the draw, tries to dump it out, but Oilers keep it in the zone. Dump it back into the corner, and Florida gets possession and clears it.
Did he get outside the line? They're ruling he was about a foot over the blue line. Chris Knobloch's not buying it. And now the officials are going to talk about it.
They're allowed to talk about it, but it's not a reviewable play. But all four, as they do in this situation, what did you see?
So, what they're... He's in. That's so what they're looking for a delay of game call. Because if the defending team flicks the puck out of play in their own zone, it's a delay of game call.
Review should be used in this situation, and it's not. Instead, you're relying on the four to have the discussion, and they made the wrong call this time. That's a break for the Florida Panthers. You saw the reaction of Chris Knobloch looking down at his monitor.
I feel like they should be able to challenge that.
Outside the Florida line would have been
because if so, a 5-on-3 is a golden opportunity for the Oilers. Lots of space.
Next year they'll be able to review it. Now, a lot of situations the coach might not because he doesn't want to go too down. In a short-handed situation, the Oilers would have certainly challenged that.
Oilers now with possession in the zone. Bouchard with the shot off the post. And up and out of play.
You've got the weapon of the shot of Bouchard, 90-plus miles an hour. When nothing's happening and the lanes aren't open,
that would have been so nice if the Oilers would have been able to have that 5-on-3 opportunity.
And I think at times they're hesitant to do that. And that will open up the passing lanes if you blast a few off of a defenseman or a forward trying to make a block.
94.5 miles an hour on that.
McDavid to Draisaitl to Bouchard, back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl in his zone. To, I think that's Nuge Hopkins. Back to Bouchard at the point. To Nuge Hopkins. To Draisaitl. Shot! And Bobrovsky makes the save. Ah, so close.
It's stuck under his arm. I mean, that's incredible. And you know that he knows exactly where Draisaitl is. You've got to have your eyes all around. Draisaitl lost his mouth guard. He actually picks it up there. And then nice job of Zach Hyman was in the eyes. Watch how delayed it was for Bobrovsky because of Hyman's positioning. And then trying to go up, just launches his body across and falls backwards. But able to get that shoulder there and hold on.
So close. 58 seconds left in the Edmonton power play. 5:03 left in the second. Oh. That was close to being a hand pass on Florida. But now Edmonton regroups, sends it to McDavid. McDavid on move, brings it in to Bouchard. Back to McDavid. McDavid coming in, brings it back to Bouchard. To McDavid, looking for a shot. Passes it to Nude. Oh, Nude tries to cross it to, I think, Hyman. Doesn't make it. Back to Nuge Hopkins, to Bouchard. Nuge Hopkins, down to McDavid, back to Bouchard, looking for a shot, fakes it, passes it to Draisaitl. Bouchard with the shot, and it's off a player. Full strength now. Nuge Hopkins off the post. Bouchard now with the shot, and goes wide. That's a massive kill for Florida. Edmonton was so close. Now Florida. Play is called dead.
All kinds of chaos on the heels.
For what?
Nobody was able to change as the penalty was over, and for a while the Oilers still had 4 forwards and 1D. Here's the give and go, a quick little pass.
Oh, Zach Hyman on the.
Off of a bomb. This one Bouchard gets in and.
Yeah, 1-1. So close.
Great screen in front. He can't get to it, but the crossbar does.
This playoff season, let's cheer like we've never.
Commercial break now. So close. Florida was lucky that they didn't get a 5-on-3 penalty kill. That would have been massive for the Oilers. But the refs made the bad call, and Florida lucked out. Let's go Oilers. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to like. And if you want to, subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Embedded in your community, supporting your local event. Experience our same-game parlays. Live betting excitement at your fingertips. Fast payouts, smooth transactions. Backed by top-tier customer service. Elevate your gaming experience with Bet99.
We're back to play.
Oilers will be short-handed, second.
Oh, so Bouchard has 2 minutes for slashing now. Can the Oilers kill it again and make it 34 straight penalty kills? Barkov versus Nuge Hopkins on the draw. Nuge Hopkins wins it, and Edmonton clears. Florida. Possession in their zone. Bennett brings it up. Brings it into the zone. Now deep to Florida. Edmonton tries to dump it and will clear it. Florida now in their zone. Passes it. Cross ice. They bring it in. 3 Oilers. And the Oilers get it out of the zone. Breakaway chance, possibly. Brown trying to get it. Now the Oilers have it in their zone. Short-handed. Takes a shot. Goes wide. This is huge kill for the Oilers. Oilers stopping it and clearing it out again. A little under a minute on the power play for Florida. Florida bringing it across the blue line now. Puts it into the zone, and Skinner makes the save.
Well, you see it, just the pressure in all three zones. The Oilers continue to stand up.
39 seconds left on the Florida power play. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second period. I feel like Edmonton's going to make it, I think, 34 straight penalty kills. That's crazy. Face off. Oilers win it. Tries to dump it out. Gets blocked. They're whacking at it to get it out of the zone. Florida in front. And Skinner with the big save as one of the Florida players was alone out in front of the net. Be Sam Bennett that was out front. I dare do say, I think Skinner bailed his team out on that one. It's crazy.
And his positioning, and he did so effectively.
Half minute left in Evan Bouchard's penalty.
30 seconds left in the power play for Florida. Florida wins the draw, but gives it away. Florida now with possession. Edmonton tries to dump it out, and they will get it out of the zone. That's nice. 20 seconds left. Florida trying to get it across now. Oilers stop it and will clear it with 9 seconds left. And that's going to be 34 straight penalty kills for the Oilers, I think.
4 more penalty kills tonight for Edmonton. And now the Panthers 0 for 6 in the series.
Edmonton, Florida with it now, getting it out, and up and out of play.
We'll check in with Kyle.
Okay, Chris, a reminder, the largest 50-50
1-1 with a minute 16 left in the second. This is going to be a crazy third period.
And is in support of the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation. Get your tickets anywhere in Alberta at edmontonoilers.com/5050.
Don't forget to like the stream. Oiler wins the draw, dumps it in. Florida gets there and dumps it back out. Florida will, Edmonton will get possession. And they're calling a hand pass.
Down to a minute 2 remaining in the second.
And as he does always,
it's a close game. It's a really close game. Edmonton with 1, Florida with 1. 1 minute left in the second.
Best 5 as well. The back end of Ekblad and Forsling going up with the Barkov line.
Florida wins the draw and get possession. They dump it down, and they're calling an icing on Florida.
Set things up.
Well, here's how that rule changed a while ago as it bounced over the stick. And years ago, they would call that off. Instead, that bounce went right over Evan Bouchard, and now all of a sudden you get an offensive zone.
A little bit stressful now. Take for Florida to take a 2-0 series lead. Shot attempts are 41-24 Florida. In the Florida zone, Edmonton wins the draw. Bouchard with the shot, and it's blocked. And Verhaeghe down, and now in the Edmonton zone. Looking for a cross. Doesn't connect. Edmonton tries to clear it out, but it's blocked by Florida. Still in the Edmonton zone. Florida with the shot and up and out of play.
Glanced off somebody and up over the glass. Another
Stressful.
You think of, okay, Selke
I mean, it's only the second period. Second period is on average the most boring period.
just off the charts. And he's got that ability to fight you off when you think you got control of him. And then that quick release. And the other guy there, he made a deceptive move that opened up some ice for him too. He's just such a handful with the combination of his size, reach, and strength.
Draw in the Edmonton zone.
With 24.7 to go, Henrique to duel with Rodriguez. And Henrique wins it.
Edmonton clears it, and they get possession.
And mark over the line.
And they're calling offside.
17.8 left.
You mentioned the last few games.
Third period will be better for the Oilers. I sure hope so. Well, they've had a better second period than their second period's been better for the Oilers than it was their first period, even though they scored their goal in the first period.
Find a way to create some offense and get some shots on goal. You've made it a pretty easy night so far.
Tired.
The hit for Rodriguez. He'll fire it down.
5 seconds left in the period. And there we are. That's the end of the second.
To end the second period. Shots through 2. In game 2 are 22-7.
It's close.
And Nico Mikkola
Florida tying it up here in the second. Making it close. Both goalies with some big saves. It's close. It's close. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Just commercials now. It's at the end of the second period. Yeah, a close tie. Who do you think's gonna win game number 2 between the Oilers and the Panthers? Let me know. I think I heard some time that the Oilers had like the best third period out of all the NHL teams, but I don't know. Hello. What you looking for? Julie. 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 Come here.
She's my friend because I
No.
got her a bunch of treats from Karen.
Oh.
Since their dog is dead.
Oh. Julie, come here. Yeah. 1-1.
Are you watching yourself?
There you go. There you go. You want more attention? What? Yeah.
Presented by Rogers. What a game tonight. Game 2 tied at 2. Which team in the Stanley Cup playoffs do you think is hit the post most often? Any guesses?
Colorado Avalanche.
Edmonton. It is.
10, yes.
And it's 21 times now. To
Oh,
lead the
wow,
way.
okay. Good guesses, guys. Good guesses. He kind of set us up. Really?
Go ahead, Kelvin.
Okay, so a few times in these playoffs, I've talked about a good goalie and the puck in your own zone, and one of your defensemen has the puck. It doesn't matter how dependable they are, always expect a turnover. What you don't prepare for is when that same defenseman shoots the puck on the net. So this is a sneaky good save by Bobrovsky. Here's Mikula in his own zone, and he throws it right on net. Of course, he tries to put it behind the net. And then seconds later, so it could have been 2-0. And seconds later, there's Mikula calling for him. Jennifer, as you mentioned, he's banging his stick. He wanted that puck the entire time. But that is a really important lesson for goaltenders. I don't care who has the puck. Expect a turnover, and in the rare case, a shot on goal from your own player. It doesn't happen very often, but it does.
You're telling me when I had the puck, Luongo was expecting a turnover?
I would have been.
Probably. So, remember in Game 1 when Verhaeghe scored the goal, it was a linear 3-on-2 rush, and it was like middle lane drive, the 2-2-on-1s. Well, tonight, Panthers are doing something a little bit differently. They're going a little bit more east-west. They're using some lateral movement, some cross and drops. It's just a different way to attack, and you can do when you have time. This is a 4-on-3 rush. They have numbers, but it's a cross and drop, and then it's the late guy coming. So it buys time for defensemen to join the rush and you attack this way, and it's tough to defend. Right here, same thing. A drive, a cross, and a lateral type of attack. As a defenseman, way harder to defend. Watch this. Cross and drop, and then boom. Almost a chance there. So this is very tough because now you're really relying on your forwards coming back and reading the rush well.
Right, and Kev, some nice creativity and movement on the offense by the Panthers, and that's something that we're used to seeing from the Oilers when they're on the power play. So, Ron, we're talking as the Oilers are about to get their third power play opportunity of the game. We're thinking this would be a great time for them to get rolling. And you think of the first two power play options tonight, they didn't even get a shot on net. But this power play, some great looks, some incredible offensive zone possession time, getting different options. Draisaitl with the composure. You see the push bomb. This one goes off the post. One of the two posts they hit in this power play opportunity. This one looking dangerous, but somehow Bobrovsky still makes the save. This is another one, right? McDavid's demanding that puck. Just the nice drawing and the dish to Nugent Hopkins. Maybe makes the extra pass.
Would have been so nice if the Oilers could have scored on that power play.
Hopkins goes off
Would
the
have
crossbar, but this is
took
now.
the lead.
0-for-6 at this point of the series for their power play. So yes, nice looks, but they want to find a way to finish.
Question for you, Kelly, is Bobrovsky's only seen 7 shots, so he
Yes.
looked even a little alarmed on the Mikula save.
he did, of course.
And of course, 2 pipes.
Yes.
So he has very rarely felt the puck in this hockey game. Advantage Oilers, or has Skinner, with the shots he's faced, found a game that's an edge Oilers?
Well, I like how you found his game, because in the first period, I think all of us were commenting, it looked like it was a battle out there for Stuart Skinner. And so that second period, I think he has now proven that the Oilers may have the advantage. He faced 13 shots in the second period, made 12 saves, and I thought he was getting better and better as the period wore on. I saw a different body language than what we saw in the first period. And that's what, you sort of sometimes, you use your experience, okay, that wasn't the cleanest period in the first, but I got through it. Let's just settle down, which you did. I thought this was a remarkable save off Tkachuk, and then this save off Bennett. Two key saves late in that second period, so much better by Stuart Skinner.
Bobrovsky, the lack of shots problem? No?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
100%.
Let's just clarify, and Craig covered this very well. The puck was contacted inside the blue line, and that is the definition. Where is the contact initiated? Doesn't matter if it stays in his blade to center ice. It's the initial contact occurred inside the blue line. Should have been a penalty. Next year it'll be reviewable. End of story. David and Elliot, let's get it over to you.
Next year it's going to be
you guys made a really
reviewable.
good point about Bobrovsky only facing 7 shots, and now the Oilers, they're not generating offense, and they're down to 16 skaters. Fogle thrown out of this game, and Darnell knows, you don't think he's going to return, do you?
Well, I don't want to go that far. He took one 28-second shift in the second period, and you showed video of him trying to skate during some of the whistles and timeouts. He has refused to leave the bench. And whenever I think about this, I think about Zdeno Chara. Now that injury was a lot worse. This is Game 4, 2019. He broke his jaw, he said, in 3 places after the series, but he refused to leave the game, and he sat on the bench and opened and closed the door for the Bruins. Then he got that big ovation when they went home for Game 5 of that final. But it just reminds me of that because nurses refused to leave the game, and he stayed on the bench.
Every little inspiration there, and that means other guys have to pick up the slack, namely Evan Bouchard. Again, he set a career high in that Game 1 double OT thrilling win versus Dallas. He set a career high at 31-33. He's up to 19 minutes. Bear in mind, Ellie, he's also taken 2 penalties in this game.
That's right. It's pretty impressive when he's got that number, considering the 2 penalties. But Dave is up here cheering for Bouchard to set the new record tonight. You keep telling Knobloch to throw him on the ice, and if we go to overtime, he's going to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, Evander Kane, and you pointed this out earlier in our pregame, he's definitely battling through something. He didn't skate this morning, and he's standing up and doing a lot of different things on the bench, you're saying.
Well, basically what it happens is when Kane goes back to the bench, he sits, but when he senses his time is coming, or Knobloch is getting, or he's been sitting there for too long, he'll start standing to stretch out whatever it is that's bothering him. So this is kind of his routine. He's down when he first gets to the bench, but then he gets back up when he's getting close, or if he feels he's been sitting there too long. It's clear he's far from comfortable. It's clear he's far from 100%. This is what he's trying to do to keep himself ready to play.
Well, the third period, it goes without saying how huge this is for the Edmonton Oilers. Teams that go up 2-0 win 91% of series in the Stanley Cup playoffs. A massive third period coming up. All hands on deck.
Perfect, men. We'll go to break with Ariana Grande, who is, as you know, a tremendous fan of the Florida Panthers and has good taste. Kelly, Kev, look good to you?
Ariana Grande's in the house? Cool.
Grab your bingo card and watch the Stanley Cup final. Every play you match is your chance to win a prize. Sign up for free today at nhl.com/bingo.
Wendy's 99-cent small Frosty is back. That's refreshing. Spoon it, slurp it, dip it. A Frosty made of fresh Canadian dairy tastes good any way you eat it. It's a treat for you and your wallet.
Tonight is Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Oilers. Let's win this third period.
With seating for up to 7 and room for all kinds of cups, the only Santa Fe is made for those who drive hockey.